It's surprising how much memory is built around things unnoticed at that time. This day is very important as it provides an opportunity for everyone to meet each other and provides a chance for every graduate from previous years to meet their faculty members, former teachers, and other staff members. Today, we have with us our respected HOD, Mr. Ashish Kapoor sir, Dr. A. Ratinam sir, Director Alumni Affairs, Mr. K. Anbalagan sir, Assistant Professor, Mr. Magesh Kumar sir, Coordinator, the SRM Chemical Club, Dr. B. Karunanidhi sir, Professor Chemical Engineering Department, and my dear colleagues. I, Aman Seth, welcome you all to this webinar of our club's first ever alumni meet with our alumni present here. And I hope we all get to learn something valuable from here. Now, I would request Mr. Ashish Kapoor sir, Head of the Department Chemical Engineering, to speak a few words.
A very good afternoon to one and all present here. First of all, I would like to congratulate the organizers for arranging this session on a very relevant and important topic in these pandemic times. I would also like to appreciate all our alumni who have assembled for this. First of all, because they have utilized this opportunity even during the pandemic, whatever they got, whether they were in the campus or off the campus, they did not get um, deterred by the constraints which were posed by the pandemic, and they put all their efforts so that their career is not affected. Now we are very happy to see that as their teachers that they are doing very well in their career, and I'm also very appreciable for them that they have taken out their time during these studies and job and all to share their experiences here, so that all the students who are also in the similar situation will also get benefited. So, with these few words, I would like to hand over to the organizers so that we can hear from our alumni their valuable experiences. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Moving ahead, I would request Mr. Chandan Upadhyay, President of our club, to come forward and enlighten us.
Good afternoon to one and all. It's been an honor working with such a team who has organized such a big scale event within frequency of days, and I was not well all this time, so all the credits goes to Bhavya and all his team members. So thank you so much for this, and you can proceed with this, I guess. Aman, over to you.
Thank you, Chandan. So now, without any further ado, let me acknowledge the presence of our first alumni, Miss Srijita Datta from the batch of 2020. She is currently working as a technical engineer at Nalco Water, which is an eco lab company located in Mumbai. She is here to share her experience and success stories with us to comprehend the mantra of success. I would now like to welcome Ms. Srijita to deliver her talk and share her wonderful experiences she had during the previous years. The floor is all yours, Srijita.
Right. Hi everyone. Good afternoon. It's a great pleasure to be able to be here and talking to you all as a part of an alumni of Chemical Engineering Department of SRM Institute. So let's start a little about myself. Just give me a second. I will be sharing my screen. So I've just prepared an introductory slide about myself so that you all can have a look at what I am while I am speaking about myself. So I'm Srijita Datta. I'm currently working at Ecolab as a technical engineer in the Ecolab Global Intelligence Center 24/7 operations. You all know that I am an alumnus of the Chemical Engineering Department of SRM Institute of Technology. I am a chemical engineer, a technical analyst. I'm continuously optimizing processes, performances, and operations for my company. And along with that, I am a sustainability enthusiast working in promoting sustainability to make this world a better one. And last but not least, I'm also a channel partner with Expetrons, the world's first AI video bot platform. All right. So that's a little about myself before I get into a mundane discussion about the placement scenario. And honestly, I'm calling it mundane because I myself wouldn't sit for 15 minutes listening to myself go talk about this topic. But I will try to make this as comfortable and informative as possible so that you all can take away some really good and helpful pointers for your career ahead. Right. So let's begin this, shall we? So before I start, I just want to know how many of you chemical engineers actually want to pursue chemical engineering as your career by your own personal choice after your graduation. And the reason I'm asking you this is because there are a lot of people whose decisions are influenced. All engineers mostly get influenced into coming into engineering because it's a very cliched background and something that most people want to do initially, but this decision may differ after. Yeah, this decision may differ afterwards. So as I can see, somebody has already raised their hands. Can you all go and put a yes there if you all want to continue this chemical engineering as your career in the future, or you want to change this? You all can definitely write a no. There is no judgment, no judging over here. Okay, okay. So that's quite a lot of yeses I'm seeing. That's a great start for us to begin this discussion. Okay, so oh, that's great. So you are from biotechnology, right? So exactly what my point is that a lot of people want to pursue something else, and also at the same time they may want to pursue chemical engineering, or their basically core background that they have studied in for 4 years. But this decision should not be influenced in the job world because you need to like what you do. It is heavily important that you know what to do in your career or job. So a lot of people could want to do MBA and or business administration. They could go on to be a content writer, freelancer, and also at the same time want to be a process engineer, R&D development, or just continue studies for the future. Okay. So let's start with the career options for chemical engineering. I'm going to be dividing this talk into two halves. One, I'm going to be addressing the core people, and others with the non core aspirations, I will address you separately. So, what are the career options that I had to look at when I was in my fourth year? So there's process engineering where what I knew is that you need to have a little of very important knowledge of your chemical engineering, and you would also need to know a little about simulation and processes so that you can go on to do the optimization and also develop new processes and technology for your company or your industry. And then there's production engineering. So what is production engineering is I think it's basically the same thing as process engineering, but it would require more hands-on experience on the and on-field applications of your knowledge. And you would not only need to know the processes and help in developing the processes, you would also need to monitor the day-to-day production of your company or your industry. And apart from that, there is also operations engineering. So, operations engineering would not only require your knowledge of chemical engineering, but also have a mix of skills like marketing, sales, or some other non technical analytical skill which you can use to use in your operations part of your company. Right. And the last but not least is R&D. So what is R&D? Mostly people pursuing R&D go there after masters or a PhD because they need to have a very deep knowledge of the materials and need to have an innovative mind and need to know more to innovate more. Right. So what I do essentially in Ecolab is something like operations. In Ecolab, what we do is we provide support and services from B2B businesses. In my case, it's for water treatment, and in water treatment, we provide our services, and I provide the back end technical support and analytical support. So after that, I'll be going on to the next part after the core, that is the interview section. So what do you do when you need to crack your interviews? So what I believe in the current scenario, that a lot of Indian recruiters are traditionally come to colleges looking for very high CGPA or very high qualifications and multiple certificates. But from my personal experience, I know that this is not at all true. You can also get placed in these same companies if you have the right skill set, because now India is trending. India recruiters are trending and going on to recruit new people based on their skill set and based on their strengths, not just the CGPA. So what do you do if you don't have the right kind of CGPA to even get a shot at giving the interview? In my experience and in my opinion, what I believe is that you should have a very strong network. And I don't mean network as in you go on and making 500 friends on LinkedIn, and they are all from SRM University, because in SRM University has a very huge population. That's not what I mean. What I mean is networking with actual industrial experts, going on connecting with business owners, chemical industry workers, process engineers, etc., so that you know the actual exact scenario. You can get more projects and you can keep developing your skills, so that one day you get the referral to the same company that rejected you once because of your low CGPA. Never get discouraged by that. And so besides this, what I want to talk about is and this stands true even for the people who want to pursue non-technical branches. These people, you can also keep connecting with a huge number of network, grow it, talk to professionals, take as many projects as possible, so that you can go into the kind of industry through referrals. And this brings me to what I also do with my current edtech platform that I have partnered with, which is Expetrons. So what they do is they help the people upskill, and also uh, they give them the guidance and the mentorship to get into the kind of career that they need, and to get into what kind of path they want to choose. They give them the roadmap, they plan it all out, and help them go into the right kind of interviews, get into the right kind of career, so that they are not lost and stumbling on stepping stones here and there. So yeah, that's about it. Due to some time restrictions, I will be stopping my talk here and opening the floor to some Q&A sessions. And yeah, the floor is all yours.
Thank you, Srijita, for sharing your experiences with us and for such an informative and interesting talk. Now the floor is open for any question, guys. So if anyone has any questions, including faculties and students, you all can ask. Please just unmute yourself and ask.
Yeah, very good afternoon, Srijita. Okay, very good. I am very proud. I am very proud that you have spoke very nice. Okay, if we speak, if we give advice, people won't listen and all. So rightly you told about that networking and all, which it is very needed. Okay, I still remember the childish Srijita face. Same, very good, very. I am proud of you.
Thank you, sir.
Well
Thank
done,
you. That
well
means a
done, well
lot,
done.
sir.
Well done.
I have a question.
Right.
So, how much do we need to prepare, and where are we supposed to focus? Like, what are the main subjects that we need to focus for the
Interviews, right? Okay. So for this, if you are planning on, say, process engineering. In that case, or any interview as such, suppose you have two subjects that you're very good on. If you have heat transfer, which you're very good on, combine it with mass transfer and make that subject your very absolute strong point, so that whenever the interviewer is asking, the interviewer will ask questions on all subjects, but you have that one subject where the interviewer cannot defeat you in any way possible. So that is your backbone, that is your strength, where you can show your confidence and your skills, which will basically convince the interviewer that you have the knowledge that is required to get into it. After getting into the company, it's on them to teach you whether you need to learn something new or something not, but that's completely different. You need to show that confidence in the subject that you hold while giving your interview. That's all.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, Sneha Prasad, she has a question and she has just chatted in the chat box, typed it in the chat box.
Right.
It would be great if you could highlight about where to learn simulation softwares and how can we gain expertise in them.
Okay, so simulation software is what I have spoken. Like I said, networking. I did talk to quite a few process engineers on in my journey, in my 1.5 year journey since I've graduated in 2020. And what I've come to know is there are a lot of places where you can learn simulation, get some kind of certification, even if it is for basic Aspen Plus. They need not be paid. They can even be free, and you can. There are even design engineering courses that you can join, and I think there's one here right here in Mumbai. That's where I stay, and they actually take you for a 3-month course and teach you such design engineering simulation and give you some real life projects so that you can get into your process and simulation journey career as such. If you want some, I will you can always contact me on my email id, and I will list down, and or I will also be really glad to help you with all the connects that I have, and they might be able to help you with all the simulations courses and courses materials that they have come across in their life.
Okay. Yes, Sharma has a question like, how does one decide which engineering, food, process, or product, etc., is the best one for us?
Okay, so here I am going to be a slightly blatant about this fact that currently in chemical engineering field there is a mismatch of the supply and demand of engineers, in meaning that there are a lot of chemical engineers in India right now, but very few. There's quite a few demand for the actual process. Because that's because automation is currently taking over, and so what would need 5 chemical engineers on field doing operations, production, process engineering can be handled maybe by one. And another, it there are a lot of consultancies that have opened who provide your projects, who can take up a project for commissioning your plant in maybe for a 3-month project, and once they're done with it, you can stop the company can stop the stop the service of a chemical engineer at that point. But don't worry, this is only initially, and once you do get the experience, keep doing such kind of projects and such kind of consultancies maybe, or even keep if get a actual company to go and have your on field experience, you will keep growing. So mostly you may have some struggling during your first 4 years, but believe me, after that it's very smooth sailing once you have your profile built up and projects to put in your name.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have a small question.
Excuse me. Srijita,
Yes, sir.
I'm audible?
Yes, sir, you're definitely audible.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing your intentions with the students. I have one small question. In the placement journal, what is the role of the project? What the students doing in the final year? they have the major project in final year, how it is going to be helpful when they go for interview, as well as what is the role of internship. As during the vacation leave, they go for internship also. So can you explain how it is helpful for the students in interviews and all? Major project as well as internship.
So, major projects and internship hold a very strong background for your interview profile. That's because if you have the knowledge of what you have done, if you have some kind of on site experience, then you can basically tell them that you don't just have bookish knowledge. In your case, let's say you've studied thermodynamics and know plenty about it, but that's not what is going to help you if you are on field going there. So that's where your internship and your project will come very useful, because they will know that you have some other kind of experience rather than just absolutely learning everything from books. So this is why project and internships are very important. Getting some on-field, on-site experience is very important. And yeah, so that's it. And so regarding certification, I think somebody posted on a question. Certification is not something that you should worry about if you are going into an interview with, let's say, one certificate, or rather no certificate. It's not something that you should worry about if you know, if you have an experience, if you have some kind of strong hold on at least one particular subject. In that case, you can ace the interview.
Uh, yeah, to add, two more clarification I need. Okay, so that people will be motivated if it comes from you. So, as you know, okay, I too remember you got initially you got IT placed and you are waiting for core like that. At last, I remember you got during eighth semester or before the end of eighth semester like that. Okay, uh, till that time, okay, I felt that since your preparation was whatever the industry needs, okay, so you cracked the interview. Okay, two question what I want to ask for you so that you suggest to the students. So, what are the ways how they can, because since you are there here in campus, so you most of the time, except during eighth semester from March, you left that thing. Okay, till the time you prepared for preparation for interview process and all. Okay, since because of this pandemic, almost for 2 years they didn't, they are not there in the campus. We too don't know whether they are preparing or not. No interaction related to placement or any other personal thing except the academic and all. So, how you please suggest how they have to study? What type? Okay, should they go ahead with the gate materials, or should they go any videos, or should they refer book materials like that? Oh, first thing. Second thing is a very important. Okay, because of this pandemic, no one knows which company will come, how many company will come, and whether all the people will get placed only in IT related or general thing. Okay, where they can try their own instead of on campus, they can on their own where how they can able to try.
Right. So this is exactly what I had initially told, that so there is this one unfortunate thing that I have seen with recruiters currently, is that they're coming into the colleges, but they're being very strict with their screening processes. And this is because you guys are the pandemic batch. So you guys are the batch of online schooling and online classes. So the myth that has been going around is that these students may not have got the same knowledge that you would probably have with finesse if you were sitting in a classroom. And this is an absolute myth. This can be corrected absolutely easily if you can just show if you can just show with confidence that you have the same kind of skills, or perhaps even more than what I would have basically sitting from a classroom. And regarding the kind of study material or what you need to prepare, in all honesty, I was not someone who was great at preparing for GATE. But what I was great at was knowing the niche of knowing the niche, the subject which I was good at. In my case, it was heat transfer. So I basically completely perfected my knowledge of heat transfer before I went to an interview. I still remember in my interviewer asked me, "Can I ask you some questions about thermodynamics?" And I plainly said, "If you do, then you will not want to recruit me." So that was just this little bit of joke between me and the interviewer. But then when she did go on to ask mass transfer, any other subjects, I was happily answering, and I was confidently answering with the right knowledge, because I knew that that's something I know. So I told them to keep Thermo aside, but besides that, I will go on to say whatever I know. So if you want to recruit me, you can recruit me based on what my skills are currently, and not based on what I don't know. So that, keep that completely aside. So that's how I went about preparing for my recruitment. And yeah, it's true, initially I did get it placed into an IT field. So it did hinder me a little. It gave me a second thought whether I should just stop preparing for chemical core companies, or if I should go into the IT field and maybe completely change my decision career field. Like I said in the beginning, that's how it gets influenced. So I did have that second thought. But when you do keep getting these opportunities, or when you keep talking to people and know more, keep networking, that's when you know that no, this is something that I like, this is something that sounds very interesting. So I should go ahead, I should prepare with it, no matter if it takes me maybe if not even the college part, if it takes me some more years, if it takes me some more months, I will prepare for it, and I will give the right exams to get through it. And in that case, there's nothing stopping you. Oh, like I said, just keep try and get projects, do projects, and you will eventually be seen. Keep doing projects, keep growing your network, and you will eventually be seen. Somebody will refer you someday, somebody will himself come to you saying that I need your skills in my company, please come and work for me. So that's something where you don't lose hope, and you just go on preparing, march on.
Yes, ma. Well said. Well said.
Okay, so we all have so many questions, but because of the time constraints, I don't think it'll be possible for us to answer each and every question. What you guys can do is you can type your questions in the feedback form which we have provided in the chat box, and even in the YouTube streaming chat box as well. So we'll make sure to answer all your questions and queries. Thank you, Shrijita, again for joining with us.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure talking to all of y'all. Been a pleasure seeing my old faculty back. It's been a great time. Thank you so much. And you guys can definitely drop me all your questions either to my LinkedIn. Y'all can connect with me, or y'all can just give me mail me your questions, and I will be happy to answer all of it. Definitely reach out to me if you need any other guidance in your placements and career.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thanks, ma. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So moving ahead, I would like to invite Dr. B. Karnanadi sir, Professor Chemical Engineering Department, to speak a few words.
Kannan, sir.
I'm sure whether he is Amit.
Uh, okay, then I guess we'll proceed with the next speaker, sir.
Hi. Yes.
Okay. So moving ahead, are you struggling with your college applications? Do you dream of having a master's degree abroad? With this, the SRM Chemical Club is delighted to present one of the most talented and scholarly alumni Mr. Santosh Rao from the batch of 2021. He is currently pursuing his master's degree in advanced chemical engineering from the University of Manchester. What a great thing, right? We all might be knowing about this university, and we also would like to be placed in such university. And right now, we will be working in our college applications. So this will be very helpful for all of us. So praising him, I would also like to say that he was an organizer of Arush, the Techno Management Fest of SRM. Let me now welcome Mr. Santosh to deliver his valuable thoughts and his experiences with us.
Uh, Hello everyone. Hello to all the faculties and all my friends here. First of all, I'd like to correct Aman that I am not one of the scholar people in my batch, and my professors could attest to that. And it's 8:30 in the morning. It feels like attending SRM lectures again in the morning, because here it is 8:30. For you people it might be it will be evening or afternoon right now. So it feels good, and thank you for inviting me again. It is actually a good thing for me, because I never expected to come and speak in front of my juniors again. But yeah, so yeah, let's we don't have much time, so let's jump into the topic. So yeah, I'm currently pursuing my masters from University of Manchester. I've made a small PPT about it as well, as in what options you will be having, or what countries you could go to. We will all cover all that. It is a very small PPT, 3 to 4 slides, not much. Okay, and then in the end, if you have any doubts, you could ask me. Okay, so okay, I'll just share my PPT then. Is it visible?
Yes, Santosh.
Okay. So yeah, let's start the postgraduate in chemical engineering from abroad. So now it depends on what type of graduate degree you will be looking for. As in, there are lots of options. You could go for something like an MBA or finance degree, or you could go for a master's degree in core, that is chemical engineering. I'll be talking about master's degrees in core in general, but you can ask me some any questions about financing or MBA as well. If you want to pursue MBA outside, you could definitely ask me, because I have some friends who have applied for MBA and finance degrees in UK. So okay, so let's go on. So why study masters abroad? It will definitely increase your a bachelor's degree. You will be learning many concepts in much more depth. You will be learning latest methods, latest concepts with advanced technologies that are being used in chemical industries. For a fact, now I have simulations which are run in industries right now. In the people from industries come and take lectures in the university. They have lots of fairs, lots of placement fairs, wherein the chemical industry, pharmaceutical industry people, they would come, the recruiters would come to the college. They will explain you things and they will recruit you then and there. There is no such thing as placement here in any universities abroad, be it US, be it UK, be it Canada, anywhere. Here there are only placement fairs. Companies would come to such fairs in your university, and they will just recruit you. There will be no placement as such. It makes you more employable. That is because if a company would look at you in the sense, as in you are a person who came out of your comfort zone, went to a different country, and you had a degree there, you had a master's degree there. And master's degree is not a cakewalk, to be very honest. I thought so and I've been proven wrong so far. So they will definitely recruit you because doing your master's course in a different country makes you little different than others. And yeah, you have many options to choose from. For example, I had two options in here in Manchester. One was advanced chemical engineering, one was advanced process integration design engineering. Only difference is advanced chemical engineering will teach me concepts like thermodynamics, mass transfer, even fluid dynamics. And also I can have take courses which are related to environment or green energy, green technology. But when it comes to a uh, specific degree like integration design, so that you will be having system utilities, the courses like that, like as in the concepts like that will be much more will be taught much more in depth. And yes, and the last point will be it will bring you international exposure. Yes, it will definitely bring, of course you're going outside, but you will be talking to engineers from different countries like China, like USA, UK, Europe, Africa, so many different people. You will be learning lots of other things as well if you study abroad. And one of the point that I did not include in the PPT is that if you get a job outside, the salary that you'll be getting is much more than Indian salaries. That is one thing that we should accept. That I have seen the graduate level jobs here in UK that we are getting right now. It will give for a fresher it is giving 32,000 pounds. So it means 32 lakhs per year for a fresher. So moving on. There are different countries that you can apply in for chemical engineering. So first is Canada. Canada is one of the best places for a chemical engineer to go now for masters because it is very easy to get a permanent permit there, PR, permanent residency. And also Canada is very like they'll accept people very easily. You will get visas very easily. Then and also you'll be getting 3 years of post study visa. Okay, but only problem with Canada is their screening process is very difficult. As in, you won't be getting admission in top colleges like Ivy League colleges in Canada, because for that you'll be requiring at least 8.5 or 9.5 your CGPA, or you could say 80 to 90% in your BTech degree. That is what will be needed. Then you'll be needing GRE and IELTS. Then you'll be having one COP and three SOP and three LORs. So Canada is very good to go, but it is little difficult to get, as in the like very accomplished or very venerated institutions. Yeah, but on also Canada's cost of living is little lesser than USA and UK. The total cost of the program is also less. But if someone in the meet hasn't wants to go to Canada and hasn't started yet applying, so it is the best time for you for them to apply right now, because the deadlines will be coming to end. Most of them will end by January. So it is high time for them to start preparing and start applying if you want to go to Canada next year in 2022. So let's come to US is like the dream country for everyone. To be very honest, everyone wants to go to US. Yes, there is definitely a lot of placement offers, there are a lot of placement options, but yeah, there are a lot of competitions also, because because a lot of Indians migrate there to study. So that is a logical point, that there is a lot of competition. And I did not want to go to US for my particular studies, is because of the uh, Trump Biden situation, and it was very tricky for me then. But you never know. Now it is being little stable, so you can definitely look at US as an option. But only thing with US is it is little costlier than Canada. But yeah, placement opportunities is a lot. And also in US the screening, as in the selection process is a little difficult. You have to write GRE or TOEFL definitely. um, and uh, and also you have to have, I think, 3 LORs and 1 SOP for USA. SOP is statement of purpose. And yeah, and also US offers such courses, as in if you want to pursue PhD directly after your bachelor's, you could do that. USA has some, like in some institutes in USA offer such programs also as well. They will be sponsoring your entire PhD process, entire PhD program. Like literally have to, like you don't have to spend anything, any penny out of your pocket if you get one of those programs wherein you'll be getting a PhD degree, a doctorate degree after your bachelor's. Yeah, USA offers such programs as well, so please look into it as well. um, you and now come to you now let's come to UK. Is one of the easiest countries to go in. Like very easy to get into UK, any institute in UK. You get 2 years of post study visa, which wasn't the case before last year. After Brexit, Britain and India has had an agreement wherein they have increased the post study visa from 4 months to 2 years. So it's a plus point for those who want to come to UK. And yes, there are job opportunities available, but it is difficult to get a PR, permanent residency here. So that's why people try like prefer Canada or USA than UK. And yeah, and but it is very easier to get into colleges in UK, as in like I honestly I have a CGPA of 6.5, and mine percentile was 75%, but I got it admission in University of Manchester, which is 22nd in the whole world, as in for chemical engineering. So like that's how the analogy works, as in if you have 6.5 or 7.5 or CGPA, you can still get into good colleges in UK, and it gives you a tag that you are a postgraduate from University of Manchester or postgraduate from University of Imperial College of London. So it matters a lot. Yes, but only problem with UK is it is very expensive. 1 year of course is around 20,000 GBR, that is 20 lakhs. My course is 27 lakhs, that is GBR 27,000. But there are other courses or other universities which offer courses in a much lower rate at say 18,000 or 20,000, and you'll be getting scholarship as well. So yeah, you have a lot of options in UK as well. So let's move on to next slide. So requirements for masters in UK. Like if you want to get, like for example, this I have written in terms of Manchester. So the cutoff was 65 percentile in bachelor's. You need 2 letter of recommendations, and both the LORs should be a technical one, as in you can't use any LORs you've received from Arosh or Milan or any other organization except your core recommendations, as in if you have worked under a faculty for a project, only that would work. One statement of purpose, this is very important. Wherever it may be, Canada or USA, your statement of purpose is the most important document. Without your SOP, they won't if your SOP is not good and you have good percentile in your bachelor's, even then you won't get the admission, because they really value your SOP. Your SOP literally is a mirror image of what you are in person. So if you are writing an SOP, please make sure it is done perfectly, and you are giving a good, like you are doing justice to it. Okay, then IELTS score of more than 7, that is just for UK. But IELTS is pretty easy. To be honest, I think anyone could score 7. But yeah, but there are some study materials available if online. If you are having problem, if you have problem in doing so, you have study materials online. So yeah, 7 in IELTS is required. And on top of that, there are a lot of visa requirements that I'll be covering in the next slide. So yeah, these are the requirements if you want to get into UK. UK deadlines, as in the universities in UK, the deadlines get over in September or August. So you have time if you want to apply for UK. But if you want to apply for US or Canada right now, I don't know about US, but Canada will be open till in a month. But US, I think it will be closed by now, mostly because US colleges tend to close the deadlines by New Year's. So you could try for US still, but Canada would be an option, and UK as well. UK, though, you have time. Yeah, and there are other countries also that you could look into. Like for example, Germany is very good for chemical engineering. They have a good chemical engineer. They have a great chemical engineering opportunities available because of recent boom in chemical sector there. Germany provides you free education if you know German. Even Italy is a good option for you. Europe after Brexit is becoming a good option for Indians to for their higher studies, because they offer cheaper rates, cheaper fees, good placement opportunities, and also they don't have any such requirements as in 7 in IELTS or something. You need not learn the local language there. For example, Italy, you need not learn Italian for getting an admission there. So yeah, you could try that as well. I don't have much knowledge about European countries, that's why I haven't included it in the slides. But yeah, you could try Germany or Italy or France for that matter as well. So yeah, this is the per cost annum charge. I took this from a net. I could from internet. I took this. IELTS coaching academic. I don't think so. You'll be needing that, so I'll be removing that 5,000 rupees. And exam fees, yeah, it is 15,000 for IELTS exams. Tuition fees approximately 11,000. That depends. If you're doing a master's, then it is basic. It definitely has to be more than 20 lakhs. Uh, that is for sure. This is, I think, for a bachelor's degree, but for a master's degree, it will be more than 20 lakhs. Living cost is 6 lakhs. It depends on what place you are living in. For example, I'm living in Manchester, so it is the cost of living is much little higher than other cities, except London. London is the most expensive. Visa fees, it's the 33,000. It depends. There are different types of visas. So 33 is the standard one. NHS Health, that is 75,000 right now. I think it's an old one that they have put. It's 75,000. As in, this is the insurance for your health. And yeah, then you could also have part time here. I am working as a food and beverage associate at McDonald's right now, so you can get a part time here as well, and you get good pay. uh, then you can get scholarship also. You can get part time at a core company as well. So yeah, so by I really feel money spent by student would be approximately 20 lakhs if you are going for a master's. And if you get some money out of part time as well, then you'll be spending roughly around 20 lakhs. Yeah. Yeah, so that's it from my side. So I'll be, if you have any doubts or question, you could ask me. Um,
I have one.
yeah.
Can you tell us something about the MBA program that you were talking about?
Indian program, as in?
MBA.
MBA program. Oh, So for MBA, that if you wanna go to US or say Canada, so you will be needing GMAT for that. GMAT is a must. Like how we have CAT exam in India, you have to write GMAT. And when it comes to your LORs, what I have heard that one LOR should be from your core group, that is your chemical sector, and the other one should be from your work or where you have worked, or if you have worked in Arush, or you have now right now you are working for SRM Chemical Club, so you could have faculties write something about SRM Chemical Club that you worked here. That is something you could, that second LOR should be based on that. And most of the, see for example Canada, if you go for MBA in MIM, actually it's not called MBA outside, it is called MIM, that is Masters in Management. Yeah, if you have, if you want to go for MBA outside, so you will be needing 2 years of work experience. Here in UK, that's not the case, but it's very expensive, very expensive MBA in UK. It takes around, I feel it's 40 lakhs or something for a year, but in Canada it's much more cheaper. It's 20 lakhs for 2 years. I feel that's what I think. Canada or US for that matter. US is much more expensive for MBA. I have friends who are paying 80 lakhs, 70 lakhs for their entire course, including cost of living. So for MBA in UK, yeah. But yeah, you will be needing one or two LOS for that. Yeah.
I had a question. Okay, so like most of us are already preparing for masters abroad and we've started working on our LORs and SOPs. So the other question I always keep thinking about is it compulsory to have publications in journals for our research papers?
Oh, good question. But it depends. It literally depends. I have friends here who, like, they are just like me. As I said earlier, I'm not that scholar, but yeah, they don't have any publications right now as such. Most of the Indians that come here, even the localites that I have seen, local friends that I have, even they don't have much publication. That is the case in UK, because as I said earlier, getting admission in a UK college is much more easier than US and Canada. If you are going for US or Canada, I think that plays a role. Having a one publication, one review paper at least, that plays a role. But yeah, it depends on the university and CGPA. If you don't know, if you don't have a publication, I really feel your SOP should do the justice. You have to write a very good SOP for that. You should have a good LOR, you should have other, in your CV it should look good, as in I did not have a publication, but I had like experience in Arush or Milan, so that took my CV to another level. So I had that to cover it up for my I did not have any publication for that. So yeah, so it depends on the university that you are applying for, and also the course that you are applying for. It depends.
Santosh, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
So what's the minimum SAT score you have to get so you can get into a good college in the UK for MBA?
What score?
SAT.
SAT score, as I said earlier, Sharon, that I'll be only talking about masters in core. I just know some people who have done, and I don't think so. You'll be writing SAT for MBA in UK. As far as I know, I have one of my friends coming here. He applied it in a normal direct way. So I'll let you know. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Yeah, Santosh, nice speaking
Yes,
to
sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you are given nice advice. That too, being a fresh pandemic batch student, fresh pandemic batch, you have given
Yes.
In a nice manner your experience, and also most of the finalists and all, they get benefit out of that. Okay, I remember not all, mostly I didn't interacted. Santosh means Arush. That's it. I kept in mind. No other thing it is there in my mind. Like
Yes,
okay,
sir.
nice,
Thank you,
nice,
sir.
nice, nice speaking to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So if you don't have any other questions, then
Santosh, I have another doubt.
yeah, yeah, sure.
So how do they assess a profile? Like, do they check in terms of percentile or CGPA?
They check in terms of percentile. As in here in UK, the grading system is much more different. So if you do not worry about your CGPA, just convert it into the overall percentile. For like that's how it works here. See, they do not have the CGPA system. So yeah, percentile.
Hello.
Hello, yeah,
Yeah.
Achutya. Yes,
Yeah.
Achutya.
Yeah. You spoke about Imperial College London. Can you give any
Yeah.
tips of getting into Imperial or University College London?
Oh, okay. So I have a friend. I have a friend who got an admission in Imperial College of London. He had a CGPA of I think eight, and he had good. He had good knowledge, and he I think he got a scholarship as well. He was in my batch only. I'll if you, I'll later I'll text. I'll if you want you can connect to me. I'll give you his number. But Imperial College of London is a very good college. But only problem with that is it is very expensive. It is for a master's degree there. It costs around £37, 37,000 pounds. That is 37 lakhs for a year. So that is the only issue. But the other thing, it's one of the best colleges in the world for chemical engineers. It was a dream for me, but I did not get admission there. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Like, what should we add? Which speaks up for us in getting such colleges, like on our CV or SOP?
In your SOP, it write about your projects, what major projects, minor projects, and no, now you still have time. There's 6 months to go. At least you'll be having 3 to 4 months to try doing a paper if you are trying for such a high level college like Imperial. uh, even if you're trying for Manchester, uh, i'll 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 ask you to write some review papers or something, because that will help you not only to get admission but also later in the master's degree. Because right now I've been writing a lots of reports, and I literally do not have any experience. I've been working a lot writing reports for other papers, for a lot of papers, but I don't have experience. So I'll advise you to write review paper right now if you want to add something to your CV, or even if it's a research paper, do any something, write a paper if you want to get in admission like in such college. If you have still time, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, Aman. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So again, due to time constraints,
Okay.
audience have asked their questions in the chat box. You can just type it in the feedback form which is available. So we'll make sure to answer all these questions later. So thank you, Mr. Santosh, for sharing with us all your
Okay.
valuable information and building up the much needed confidence which we needed.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you, Simran, for inviting me. Yeah. Okay.
You're welcome.
Bye. Bye, professors. Bye, sirs. Bye,
Bye,
students.
bye, Kanda, bye, Kanda.
Okay. So, last but not least, we have with us an eminent alumni, Mr. Bhavya Bhargava from the batch of 2020. He is currently pursuing his MTech under TA category at the prestigious IIT Bombay. He has his ongoing work experience on transition metal nanoparticles, which are attractive to use as catalysts. He'll be talking about how pursue higher studies in India, how to crack GATE exam, which I think is very important for us right now, as most of us are going to appear for the GATE exam, which is going to be held in the coming February. So now, with all this, I would now invite Mr. Bhavya Bhargava to deliver his presentation.
Thank you, Aman. Hello, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be like sitting here giving a talk to the college which I passed in like bachelor's. It's really nice. So I would be trying to make it as quick as possible. And the first thing, because there was a question about what the placement thing that do super dream packages come? So I will take that later on. But yes, I will surely answer that. So I will just share my screen. Uh, 1 second. Yeah. So I have been like a small interview about myself. In 2020, I gave my first attempt of gate examination, and at that time it was really like I had no idea where to go. I was one of those students who were really active in our co-curricular curricular activities, and still managed to get uh, grades that were considered to be really decent. So I was one of those students, but I had friends from all, like all of my batch was considered to be my friend. So I had an idea about what where different students are going, so I can answer many of your questions probably. So just starting about what higher study opportunities you can get, and information about GATE. So why higher studies? One thing I want to make it sure that if you want to go for higher studies, you should have an aptitude, an appetite for it. If you do not have that appetite, if you do not like love studying or learning new concepts, then, and especially in this stream itself, whatever your course stream is, in that case I would really not recommend you to go higher studies. I would recommend to go for jobs, what Shirita explained. So advantages of higher studies is that, like, if you get into a company, you would have faster growth rate initially for any company except IT companies, because IT companies do not require experience, they require knowledge, and that could be gained at any point of time. But chemical engineering, mechanical, civil, architectural, all these require experience. So just at the first time when you enter into company, you cannot expect, at least in India, like based upon the economy of other countries also, you cannot expect really high jobs. You can expect is a somewhat a survival or more an average amount. So, but as time goes further, you would have a faster growth as per your degree and your knowledge. You get a higher package than the bachelor's. That's the norm and that's the rule. And you get a better grasp over the field. So, and probably you stand out from the crowd, because mostly all the like generation that is currently there in India have a bachelor's degree. So getting a master's degree would be better, and a PhD, that would be even better. But that narrows you down. And the disadvantage is, like, maybe the field you're pursuing is not your appetite, or you don't have, or you do not want to this mark this statement, you do not want to understand. If a person want to understand, then he would surely understand all the concepts. If he does not want to, then he won't. And the last thing, I have seen many students, many of my friends, colleagues, they have been saying that they see their friends getting married and having fun in their life through Instagram and all these things, and they get a bit jealous, bit depressed sometimes, seeing that we are studying and stuck in lab, we are stuck in our studies, and they are getting more and more. But that's not the case. Eventually, there's a peak in everyone's life. The peak would drown off. For you, the peak has to start. So in India, by All India Survey on Higher Education by MHRD, there's an approximately 4.46 lakh students graduate every year. This is a 2016 data, so it could be it will be higher for 2020 and 2021. So approximately like 5 lakh students every year for current status graduate, and you want to stand out for any job or like any higher degree and all these things. So what can you do? You can go for higher studies, or you can crack the examinations. So basically, for higher studies, how to go? I have classified them into technical, non-technical, MTech or ME, MS by research, direct PhD, that's the technical part. For non-technical, you have MBA, MA, skill development, others, and all these things you can pursue. And I would not be touching those, but I would be touching only for technical part. The thing is, all these have great opportunity. You can, the money is not the problem. All of these things could fetch you the same amount of money. How you passionately dedicate your time and how you move further, like prove your skills and your competence is the main thing. So how to go for higher studies? Like there are mainly three ways that I can classify. One through GATE in India, specifically in India. One through GATE, through university examinations, and through jobs. Why am I telling through jobs? Like I will explain how are the opportunities like R&D and all those things give you an opportunity to have higher studies. So GATE, my main topic. As I have in 2020, I passed it with 564 rank in first attempt, and my score was 605. In second time, while I was there in IIT Bombay, just to keep up my knowledge and like try out experimenting with myself, I gave GATE examination again. At that time, my rank was better. It was 505, even though I did not study at all. But the main point is you have to learn the basics. Whenever, like in class, whenever my professors used to teach, I used to ask. Decreased, but initially, so that was the case. So my friends was really angry on me. Why am I doing that? But that's the point where you grasp all those knowledge. You make some with because of interaction. You have that concept embedded in your mind, in your memory. That's why I was able to like without much effort give GATE examination, crack it also in the first time. So what GATE gives you, see, before 2010, it was like everyone for different opportunities have to go through different processes. If you want to get into PSU jobs, if you other jobs, then you have to give their separate examination. If you want to get R&D, BARC, ISRO, you have to give their examination. For higher studies, all universities used to have different examination except the IITs. But in 2010, the GATE authorities, ISC and other 7 IITs started to distribute and give their grading system, their scores to all other colleges, companies, even abroad. So, which helped them to not conduct any examination and use this scorecard itself, because this GATE examination was testing your aptitude for the training that you have done, the engineering you have done. That is why GATE is really a mark that what 4 years you have spent in bachelor's degree in BTech that are not waste and you are really competent is the proof that you have qualified GATE. In 2021, many changes came, and I want to tell you about that. First thing, there's no minimum criteria to give any GATE examination. Like for sitting for GATE examination, there's no minimum criteria of percentage, CPI, anything. There's CGPA, there's no criteria. In 2021, IIT Bombay was the one who was conducting. So they introduced one more thing. Before 2021, like when I gave my first attempt, only final year and pass outs can give the examination. That means the one who are there in final year and the one who have done their graduation, they are either doing master's, PhD, anywhere. they can give exam. But from 2021, third years, that in pre-final years, they can also give the gate examination. So those who are there in second year, they can also prepare, and in third year they can give their gate examination. That was one thing that came new. There's some subjects also changed, like membrane technology also came into play. Before that, like if you go before 2021 or before 2020, you would not find membrane technology as a subject in GATE, but that came. There is no age limit. Like after the minimum age that a student gave examination for GATE was 17 years, and the maximum they in recently, I guess 2019, a 60-year-old professor also gave the GATE examination. They are just revising upon, like, it's not that he required to give, he just for his own benefit, he gave that examination. There's no attempt limit. If you have backlog, standing backlog, that does not matter, you can still give GATE. But yeah, somewhere in the company when you go, you cannot obviously have the backlogs. You have to get the degree first. The changes, one really good thing that happened is, if you have chemical engineering as your main choice, that would be because you're doing chemical engineering. For biotech, yes, it would be biotech. So they have this primary examination, chemical. One more choice was available. Like you can give the second paper based upon chemistry, petroleum engineering, or energy sciences. Each core branch had some subsidiary branches that they can give as a secondary paper. So in 2021, I gave two papers. One was chemical engineering, one was energy sciences. Both of them I cracked. In chemical engineering, I got 505 rank. In energy sciences, I got 1441 rank. A secondary paper is mostly towards getting higher studies in any interdisciplinary course. Like if I want to get into chemistry, like MSc, there I can use this. If I want direct PhD, there I can use this. And GATE has basically 65 questions, out of which 55 questions are technical, giving you 85 marks, and 10 questions are aptitude, which fetch you 15 marks. Most students, what they lack is, they do think that aptitude is just like they can, in the final time only, they can prepare for it and they do not worry about it. But think that general cutoff is 35 marks. 15 marks you will get through aptitude itself. So most of the students, even in my batch, did not even got 15 marks. That's the problem. Like every year, 20,000 students give, like fill the form for GATE. Only 16,000 students or 14,000 students appear for GATE examination. That's because initially when GATE form comes, they feel that in a hurry, just in a rush, that they will prepare and they fill the form. By the time comes, they think that it's they have just filled that form. So 4,000 students leave. And
helicopter.
What?
Yeah, you can carry on. Bhavya,
okay.
You can carry on.
Yeah, so by the examination come, 14,000 are left, and only 2,000 clear the cut of the 35 marks. So what does this mean? Whenever you show this scorecard, if, for example, you have various opportunities in going to companies, whenever you will show this card, or they get to know this, students not even considering 35 marks, like 33%, the main 1/3 rule, that in any exam 100 marks, 33 marks they are not getting. That's really shame that out of 4 years they did not get 33 marks also. That is why GATE examination is a really critical examination in proving that you are competent enough to become like engineer in any company, going for masters and other opportunities. So PSUs, like the first opportunity that you get is PSU, the people who get really high rank. If I talk about only general, so till 200, 200 is the mark for rank that you can get PSUs and other good companies, the Maharatnas, Navratnas of India, ONGC, IOCL, BPCL, HPCL, SAIL, GAIL, NALCO, CRIPCO, IFCO, EIL is the Engineers India Limited, and Bureau of Indian Statistics. These companies are really considered to be their government companies, and they are considered to be really dream jobs for any chemical engineer. Like, and they offer a good package, and it's a government job, and it's really nice if you get into these. Second opportunity that you get is in R&D, BARC, NPCIL, the Nuclear Power Corporation India Limited, ISRO, and DRDO. BARC and NPCIL are the main two jobs. They offer about 50 vacancies every year combined, BARC and NPCIL. And there is less demand in ISRO and DRDO for chemical engineers, but there is a demand. So in all four jobs, you get an R&D. One special thing, I said like you can get through jobs, BARC, I gave an example. That is because if you get after bachelor's, you give BARC exam through GATE, you get into BARC. By default, they want master students because they would be hiring scientists. So for the job of scientists, so they want students to pursue master. So they themselves give you the opportunity to go for masters after 1 year of training and all those things. And what you end up is, if let's say I'm there, I gave GATE examination and I'm doing masters in IIT Bombay. So I'm getting a 12,400 rupees of stipend. If my any other fellow mate of my same batch would have come to do masters through BARC, he would have been getting 50 to 60,000 of stipend and nothing to pay for doing the same course that I am doing. That's the difference. But what is important is the interview process in R&D is much more like strict and like really hard to crack. That's why BARC and NPCIL, they stand out. Now coming to, if you have a rank below 200, like from 200 to 800 rank, all these opportunities are open for you. IISc is considered to be the premium college of India. It is the highest ranking college. Then you can have old IITs. NEET is a really good place for having chemical engineering and with some little management. ICT Mumbai, new IITs that are coming up. There were 7 old IITs: Delhi, Kharagpur, Roorkee, Bombay, and I'm forgetting few IITs. So 7 old IITs are there. Other than that, all new IITs, because right now in India we have 23 IITs. So left 16 IITs come here, and then NITs. You have state government colleges and IIMs. IIMs is a place for management, and it is like if you give CAT examination, you require really 99.9 percentile. Like you need to be in top hundreds or 200s to get into IIM. But through GATE also you can get into IIM. That's one really good thing for doing MBA. Then you have the opportunity for foreign universities also. In Singapore, you have NUS that comes under, I guess, rank 10 with universities. Then you have Nanyang Technological University of Singapore, University of Munich in Germany, and Germany offers like free tuition fee. There's no tuition fee in most universities there. You would find in private universities that's a case. And other opportunities like CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board, State Pollution Control Board, Vizag Steel, NRL, all these have the same criteria. They do not take through gate. Some of them at some point of time took through gate, but they do not take generally from gate. They have their own separate exams. But the thing is, the course that you study for them is the same as gate. That's the course that you are studying. Your whole bachelor's 4 years, mean mass transfer, heat transfer, fluid mechanics. All these courses are same for them. So my questions, so like my slide ends here. Now, a few things that I want to add is there was a question that you have to like the dream super dream jobs that are coming, super dream brackets that they you are hearing for CS background from IITs, 4 crore package per annum, 2 crore package per annum. These are really rare cases in IIT also. And if you talk about chemical engineering, yes, there are similar jobs. There's one company, Murata, in Japan that came. They are offering about they offer was 2 to 3 crores per annum for chemical engineering jobs. Only specific to chemical and mechanical. They came. Their interview process is still going on. That's why it's not completed. That's why you're not hearing about that. So, but the thing is, most companies that come for these high jobs are really rare, and they took only few students, not a lot of students. Mostly companies come for Maratha manufacturing. They came. They're still on the. I guess there's the process still going on. Few of my friends have been selected. They are in the process. So mostly companies that come in India offer really good package for chemical engineering. It's not compulsory that you get through IIT only. It's not only IITs. If you apply other like off-campus placements, because by default, if a company coming from abroad, they do not have the they cannot go to every college, but they do apply. They do give their performance. So as Shrita said, it's totally right to prepare yourself, have good skill set, do projects. And one more thing, please never study from notes. Notes is just a revision that most students do for their examination, and it's really worst practice that they do. It is good if you learn from books, because by default books, you take one author, read it thoroughly. For chemical reaction engineering, I myself have done only Levenspiel, not any other book or author, but only one Levenspiel was sufficient for me to give the GATE examination, and for higher studies also everywhere. If you go for any other the authors, you will get mixed up. That goes for any course. Do not study from notes. Please remember your all like the knowledge that you are gaining is you have to. Okay, one practice I do is whenever I'm learning a concept, I personify that concept. Whenever, like for example, if I talk about benzene, it canonical that's a 12th class concept. You have canonical resonating structures coming up. So what I will do is I will personify that benzene. Say benzene said I will give my first electron to my this part. So personifying, giving feelings to that concept, make that concept remember. Like I remember that concept much more easily. I can connect. You cannot connect to something non-living, but you can surely connect to some person or thing that is really gives you feelings. So these few tips I had. Now, any questions you have, please? Thank you.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I had a question.
Yes.
So, like, actually, I am preparing for masters in research side core. So currently, I have done 3 internships. I'm working on a few review papers. So everything what my plan was, everything is in different direction. So that I understand which one will be better for masters, because we'll have to work on one specific thing, right? So I am not able to pick up which is the best fit. because I have tried different fields. I tried learning about them and, what are their future prospects and all that. But, deciding that one thing, that this is the direction I want my career to go in, that is a very big question.
Okay, let's say you have three options.
Okay.
Now, out of three options, one option could be emerging, that or one few option could be saturated. If you go into a saturated topic, then your chances of growing decreases. But if you go into an emerging, your chances of applying different concepts and going would be better. Because let me give my example. I'm right now doing research on gold nanoparticles, not like specifically gold nanoparticles, but mainly all transition, trying to unify the whole theory. That has not been done till now, even though it is a 100-year-old problem. It started with Michael Faraday in 1857, 1860, I guess, and then in 1901 with Richard Zsigmondy, and it went on. So even though it's a really long problem, no one has ever tried to unify it. That's what I'm trying right now. If I'm successful, that's really nice. I would be pursuing that. But if I'm not, I can have this whole experience is really going to fetch me something. So if you want to pick out one thing, check whether it's saturated or not. Check does some very special thing, like something totally out of the ordinary, is there or not. If it is there, then it is really good thing, because you can go and like try to understand those concepts, and that could be a really new concept because no one know about it. For example, in chemical engineering and AI together are not thing that people have been doing. It's really recent. AI has been going in different streams and disciplines. So that has not been done. Only few professors across world, like there's one professor in MIT that he is combining AI and this. There's one professor in IIT Bombay who is trying to combine ML and process designing. So these are really good things that I can think you can try it. And lastly is your choice. What
Thank you.
pleases you the most? And I guess there was some question.
Hello, Bhavya Bhaiya. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
I don't have any question. I just have a message for you. Rishabh is so sorry that he was not able to join the meeting, but he sent his regards, and he was very happy to welcome you here. So thank you so much for coming here, Bhavya. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Yeah, Bhavya, nice speaking to you, Bhavya. Okay, same thing. Okay, except you have become somewhat stout. Nothing has changed. Okay, and to tell about Bhavya, the most obedient, the most hard worker, who struggled a lot to achieve all the whatever the concept which we teach. Okay, already it is he knows that. That is the special about Bhavya. And this what I want to ask. Bhavya, what is your next dream, or what is your next plan?
So my next plan is, because of this pandemic, I myself consider, like looking upon myself, that I have degraded in my basic concept, my concrete. Even though I'm excelling in my masters, my during while I was studying in this thing, there was something problem in my house, in my family. That's why I was not able to build the concrete. So first thing, giving I have a backup plan of giving GATE and going for PhD. Second thing, give a 1 year gap for myself, build all concepts, and get into one of the top colleges of all over the world through scholarship, and even writing few papers. Right now, I'm doing my masters, so I am having this masters project, and I would generate papers through it also. But after that also, I want to first like pursue this, because I have this aptitude that I cannot sit at one place a company and do the same thing again and again, day in, day out. That's not my cup of tea. I want to pursue more and more and give more and more. So I would go towards higher studies like PhD and then researcher, or get into park.
Good, good, good. Always we will keep in touch. I think this is the second talk you are giving. Good.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. So if we don't have any more questions, thank you, Mr. Bhavya Bhargava, for sharing your knowledge and expertise. And thank you for your time. Please know you have our deepest thanks. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Anbaravan Sir, Faculty Advisor, Placement Coordinator, to come forward and share his view.
Yeah. Almost like we started by 1:30, almost sharply the coordinators are finished. Okay, very nice. Similar such event, if I'll be very happy, our faculties will be very happy if such type of interesting or student motivation programs, if it is being conducted every week during the weekends or at least once in a month or at least once in 15 days, will be very happy because you will get benefit this thing. Okay. So with this, I just let me suggest since we most of the people I can't able to see in a live like a Bhavya where we could have interacted more hours like a thing and all. Okay, rest all the people we couldn't. Most of the faculties won't have interacted much a lot. Okay, so this all the thing which I want to tell some keep some goals within you. Proceed proceed in the right direction to achieve that goal. Focus for achieving that goal. Okay, so have good confidence. That confidence comes only if you have good knowledge on chemical engineering wherever you want. Okay, if you want to become a businessman also, you have a good knowledge on that business or good technical skills. Okay, then only we can able to compete in this competing world. Okay, likewise since because of this pandemic, okay, this attitude I feel, okay, there may be some lag of attitude. Okay, so be positive. Okay, so have good attitude and good goal. Okay, be patient. Okay, so when you are attending interviews or when you are answering your fellow interviewers and all, by the time you have the good attitude, because recently I was told that because of the attitude problem, most of the people are not being selected in personal interview like a thing and all. Okay, then in this pandemic, you should be knowing how to manage your time. Earlier, if you are there along with your friends, okay, your friends will get motivated or you will be motivated because of your friends like that and all. Okay, so since most of the people are there in your home, so you try to manage your time so that you schedule your time. Okay, at this time of final years, okay, if you are a final years, I request at least minimum of 8 hours you should focus on study. Okay, studying in the sense studying what else you have studied earlier. Okay, and what else you are studying now. Okay, at least minimum. Okay, at least a minimum of 8 hours. Minimum, I am telling you. Okay, that much of hours, because if you are there in along with the friends means that is also a type of teaching, learning like a thing and all. Since you are not interacting, okay, so I request all the people to focus on the textbook reading. Okay, have the habit of going through that video lectures. Okay, what you learned and what else to learn, like video lectures and all. Okay, with this word I want to I congratulate and I thank the organizers. Okay, Chandan and Abhi. Okay, so in future also we expect this type of event to conduct very frequently. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable words. Now, next, I would like Mr. Mahesh Kumar, sir, to speak a few words. If sir is available. Okay, no problem. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Bhavya Gorawat, Vice President TSCC, to speak a few words before ending the meeting.
Thank you so much. I feel that it was a very a kind of challenging task for us because we had planned this event in a very short span of time. And I suppose that we have done a great success, and it wouldn't be possible without the whole team's effort. I would like to congratulate every team member of the SRM Chemical Club who has given, they have each and every member of the SRM Chemical Club has given their 100% to make sure that this event turns out to be a great success. And I would like to congratulate each and every one of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhavya. Finally, I would like to invite Ms. Aishani Ghosh, who is the marketing lead from SRM Pedia, to share her views.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ashani Ghosh and I'm the marketing head of SRMpedia. First of all, I would like to thank the SRM Chemical Club for inviting me today. I'll just quickly move on to what is SRMpedia and what do we do as a team. So SRMpedia is an all-in-one infotainment app designed to be a multi-service access point for all the things related to SRM IST. The app aims to help students minimize the gap between their needs and access with all the information from hotels, stores nearby. The nearest amenities are just one click away. Along with that, the users are also kept up to date with all the important date and announcements from college via notifications. And students can also link their academia, check their scores, timetable, and join classes directly through this app. SRMpedia is committed to sharing information to as many people as possible. And for the betterment of the student community, we orchestrated many events and campaigns. Our vision is to help students on and off campus to guide them and to help them shine however they can. And if anyone of you here wants to be a part of our Apptastic team, we're always on the lookout for ambitious and passionate people, and we are having our recruitments soon. So if any one of you have any doubts, you can just DM us on our Instagram page, and you can install this app, which is available in Play Store. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ashani. Thank you for all this information.
Thank
So,
you.
thank you. At last, it gives me an immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks for this event to all the dignitaries present here. At first, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all the esteemed delegates of the alumni meet for their presence and contribution to make this meet a grand success. I extend my gratitude to our Honorable Head of the Department, Mr. Ashish Kapoor, sir, to take out time from his busy schedule and to grace the event. A great thank you to our most talented and honorable alumnus, Mr. Santosh Rao, Ms. Srijita Datta, and Mr. Bhavya Bhargava for being there with us and sharing with us your knowledge and experiences. We are very much grateful to you for your wonderful guidance, which will help us in our upcoming days. Also, thank you to all the faculty members for your presence and participation, without which the meet would have been incomplete. Last but not the least, a great thank you to all the audiences for your warm presence and enthusiasm for attending this meet. Without your presence, it would not have been possible for us to make this meet a grand success. From this meet, we have gained a lot of knowledge and guidance from our respected alumni. We strongly believe that this knowledge will help us in moving forward with wise steps in our upcoming life. Thank you everyone for joining with us. Take care and stay safe.